Alright everyone, so this time we are back, and our goal in today's video is to show off Vegito versus the Goku event. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hit the subscribe, of course, if you are new for more content, as well as that notification so you don't miss anything we upload here on the channel. Now, in terms of Vegito, there are several different teams, right? Several different teams you can run for him. What I opted to run was the tried and true Future Saga team with a little bit of that, you know, sub-skill that Trunks has. That's why she's here. Otherwise, she doesn't fit the team otherwise, okay? She's just a good support unit, and I didn't have a lot of offensive support. So I said, hey, why not? Let's go ahead and get started here, though. If you guys have not seen the Gogeta iteration versus the Goku event, also the SBR video for him, I'll be doing one for this guy as well soon. Make sure you check those out. Link will be down below, as well as the Kakarot playlist. If you guys haven't been peeping that, it's a ton of fun. So, speaking of Vegito, I think that Vegito is an incredible unit. I do hope, by the way, just that I get multiple supers. No? Come on, one more? Potential system? No. Great. Not so great. Anyways, so we're going to just try to build up pretty much all these guys. I'm going to purposely avoid 18 key supers with that LR Vegito. I am going to try to super with Trunks as much as I can to get his stacks and stuff like that going too. Hopefully this does not KO, so I can get another turn versus this guy. If there's no crits, additional is fine. Okay, that's fine. That works. Anyways, yeah, so I'm going to try to prioritize that as much as I can. The new Vegito does have stacks, pre-super, or pre-transformation, excuse me. But you need to get lucky with that, because you only, at best, can get 2 turns worth of stacks on him. If you get him on turn 1, you're fine. If you choose him on turn 2, you can only get the turn 2 stacks, because next time you see him from turn 2, it'll be turn 4, and he transforms. So turn 1, I'll get one more turn with the next turn, and hopefully we get some supers, because we didn't get them turn 1 last time. So anyways, though, we're going to go ahead and float you. And well, also, by the way, this guy is not you get my point. I'm using super class as well as a secondary leader skill. Initially, instead of the LR, I actually had I'm going to avoid a super. Initially, instead of the LR in that last spot, I actually had Physical Future Gohan. He's actually good for this event, and I was like, I want to run him. But I was like, nah, I don't think so. I kind of want to have another unit that can be like a solid unit versus all of the phases, right? You know, the type effective is always useful. It links pretty well with the Vegitos if I want to do something like that. And then on top of that, oh man, a burp, excuse me. Built-in Senzu Bean unit, right? So they work out pretty well in multiple facets, so that's why I opted to run them on the team. So anyways, here we have Gowasu and Zamasu getting their super in. They're obviously not going to KO. And then we move on to the next round, and I'm going to try really, really hard. This is not a great turn for him because he's actually type effective. I really hope he just doesn't shred this. Please don't just destroy this. He even has support. Why couldn't you super multiple times the first round? Why couldn't you do it then? Why do you have to why do you gotta be like that? Why you gotta troll, man? Okay, just at least get 2 supers then. No crits, by the way, no crits. I don't want crits right now. No crits! Hashtag no crits in the comments. Okay, cool, thank you. I thought he was gonna do more than that. One more super. Oh, why are you doing me like this? Why are you giving me normals? Okay, well, there we go. He only got 2 supers in, which is unfortunate. It's not the biggest of deals, right? It's not that big of a deal. But it does factor into his ultimate maximum potential, right? And the same thing applies to Gogeta. You want to get as many supers pre-transformation as possible. We're getting a couple of transformations now for the Super Saiyan Trunks. Just for the record, I will probably never transform him again because he's a lot more consistent defensively in this state. So we're going to go ahead and put him in the last spot and go ahead and do this. And I can't really avoid supers with you right now, so I'm not worried about that. We'll give you the green as well, get a little bit of that HP back, a little bit of that Dokkan meter filling in, and we're good to go. So yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing. In terms of Vegito, I mentioned this in recent videos. I do not care about things like best unit in the game. I don't care about that type of stuff. I think it's pretty trivial. Some people do, and I don't knock anybody else for it. If you guys listening or whoever else, right? That's perfectly fine. You're entitled to look at things like that and care about things like that. Personally, I stopped caring when pretty much every unit became good, like beyond good. You know what I'm saying? Like they all got really, really good. So I kind of feel like it doesn't really matter as much. And there are units that excel in content like SBR versus like the LR SSG Goku. He's pretty solid in SBR because of the way he works. And also like SS3 EZA STR Vegeta. Like he's really good in SBR, but not so good here or in the Fighting Legend or Infinite Dragon Ball history because the events are just too long, right? So just things like that. In terms of Vegito, though, on that topic, I do think Vegito, if he's not the best unit in the game, which I think he probably is, right? I haven't used him enough to really have my own opinion on that. Again, it doesn't really matter to me either way, but I haven't factored my own opinion on it. If he's not, I think he's definitely like top 2 or 3. Gogeta's up there, Kalen Cleaver up there. There's a couple of other cards I consider maybe like 4 through like 7. Some of the other LRs, obviously. But yeah, he's definitely up there. The only issue I ever have with Vegito's is the RNG dependency. It's like, okay, well, how often am I going to get like supers and stuff like that? And, well, this guy at least does an additional guaranteed, which is really, really helpful, right? Really, really helpful. I just can't get past it, though. And you know what? It's because I'm scarred by the previous TEQ Vegito. So it's not this guy's fault. I'm scarred, literally, by the previous TEQ Vegito. So that's the only issue I ever have. But, you know, it's really interesting in using Vegito a decent bit and using Gogeta a lot because I'm a bigger Gogeta fan. You can tell there's all the Gogeta on the screen regardless of the Vegito video, which I should have changed that, to be honest. Anyways, in using Gogeta a lot, I can say that there are times where I would have much rather had him having the additional super built in just because it would be a little bit more relevant. But there are times where I don't mind him not having it and having type effective because it would be relevant too. So I say that to say that I actually really like the design of these characters, right? I really like the overall design. But again, you know, you can always do the calculation thing and say, oh, this unit outputs more damage and this and that. And you want to kind of prioritize additionals on Gogeta so he can get a second chance at supering, right? And then also, you want to prioritize crits on Vegito because he's automatically going to be doing supers anyway. And his main drawback is, especially versus this event, the final phase, he definitely needs crits to really output damage anyway. And then they both have the active skills. They're both phenomenal units. That's what I'm trying to say overall. So here's the stats for him right here. Also, the self-sufficiency on the LRs is really good, obviously. And not just these LRs, but they've been, like, since year 3, the anniversary LRs have been super self-sufficient. So I'm loving it. Loving it big time. So that's what I'll say. So here we go. Ultra Super. Getting another super, obviously. Also, the super attacks, you know, raising the defense and stuff like that helps out tremendously. And SBR is definitely not this guy's preferred content. See, look at that. Triple super. That's pretty freaking OP. Like, that's ridiculous. SBR is not this guy's preferred content. He's good versus it, but the problem with him and Gogeta and SBR is that they do not get the chance to build out that final part of their passive when they're transformed because the events are just simply not long enough to really get the maximum out of that. Although I'd say this guy obviously has a better chance at maybe doing it. Maybe, it just depends. Because they both can do multiple. It doesn't have to be a super to get that last part up to 77. So technically, it doesn't really matter between the units. But yeah, you're not really going to get that in SBR that much. But here, and in Infinite Dragon Ball history, where the events are literally made for units to take their time, right? You will definitely be able to get that. So that's a little bit of a difference. This is why I said that units are made to excel in some of the harder content and varying, right? Because you don't want every unit to, I guess from their perspective, they don't want every unit to be good in every event all the time, right? And if you're good in SBR or in Dragon Ball history, you're by extension good in other events like Battlefield, like the regular Dokkan events, right? Tournament's kind of its own thing because there's a different type of meta there, and it doesn't really count that much. But if you're good in some of the other stuff, doesn't necessarily mean that you're as good in the other events, if that makes sense, because you need to stack out. Like, for example, Fighting Legend Goku and also the Infinite Dragon Ball history, you can even take free units. As long as they stack defense, you can be successful there. You don't need to output a crazy amount of damage because you would just eventually will win. You won't lose because your defense can get over 500,000, 600,000. Some units are even getting over 1 million, free or not. I'm not really specifically talking about free units, but that's just kind of how the game works, right? So yeah, I said that to say kind of that, you know, they're really good. anyways, back to the topic here. I'm trying to kill time because there's not much I can really do when these guys are just prioritizing like stacking supers and just trying to go, right? So here we go, another super attack, another multiple super attacks in fact. Also slowly approaching a Dokkan attack. He's at 4.3 here. And this is where, okay, so in my showcase video when he was new, I raved over him a lot. So if you're kind of like, wait, why are you not like basically like nutting over this guy right now? It's because I kind of did that in my previous video. I was like, dog, why is this dude so good, right? He's so incredibly good. If you want to see that, check it out. My first impression video of him where we showcased him but when he was not officially out yet. I'll leave it down below for you as well. Like, the ability to get 4 million on that super attack and then turn around and get another 2 at like 3 million or whatever, and that's not even his peak. Like, that's not as good as it gets. That's pretty damn OP while those attacks are still stacking attack and or defense, right? That's really, really crazy. So overall, he's incredibly good. Incredibly good. So that's what I'll say. Okay, we get a dodge. She wasn't going to take much damage anyway because her defense raised. I want to try to get a Dokkan attack with him, but I don't want to use it on this guy, obviously. I'd rather get it clearly versus the next phase. So we're going to try to position that Dokkan attack. Yeah, I should be able to do it next turn at this rate. Yeah, we're going to position the Dokkan attack for Vegito. It's going to be max key and stuff like that. And hopefully they beat it this round so we can... Oh, no, those orbs are going to get reset. Never mind. Okay, anyways, we should still be able to get a pretty powerful Ultra Super, and we will beat it this round because he's not dodging me or anything like that. He can't do that. So those next two attacks can beat it. Although, ideally, the Gogeta does not beat it. Please don't beat this. I want the Trunks to get a defense stack. Please do not. Thank you. Actually, low-key, like, hold on. Can the Trunks even beat this? He's got to beat this. No way. No way. I'm going to be really upset. I'm going to be really, really upset. Okay, cool. Like, I feel like that was, like, just a little bit off. I don't know. I would have been really upset. Here we go. Now, technically, using him alongside this Vegito this guy right here is nowhere near as good of a Link buddy as, like, the TEQ one, the other TEQ one, right? But I just didn't want to have too many TEQ units versus this event, to be completely honest. And I say that to say because I'm missing, like, Warrior. No, not Warrior Gods. Kamehameha. I'm missing Fierce Battle. So technically, if I wanted to get an Ultra with him, it'd be in the middle spot. So what I'm going to do is, just because it's our Dokkan attack, I want him to really, really flex some of that damage. I will put him in the middle to get the epitome of his links and stuff like that going here. We're going to get these orbs as well. I'm not going to get the 18-key super with the last Vegito because, again, we want that defensive stack. And Goku typically supers in the front spot. I don't know what he's going to do. Gowasu could potentially dodge that hit as well. I don't know. He does super in the front spot. Yeah, a lot of times he does this. This Goku loves supering in the front. It's unfortunate because I'm not dodging either, so it's a lot of damage to take just casually. But I'm going to heal with the Dokkan attack. I kind of low-key wish that I wouldn't heal, though, for the Dokkan attack because I get the Gogeta. Kind of low-key wishing I wouldn't, but hey, it's good to have Gogeta when I need it, really. 4.6. Not bad, of course. Not bad at all. The Dokkan's going to completely shred. I'm counting like 8 million. Watch me, because he's type effective. Watch me like, I don't know, maybe like 7 million at least. At least. Ah, if it was a crit, it would have just destroyed him. Okay, additional super. Yeah, this guy's nuts, man. He is ridiculous. He's ridiculous. Okay, you know what? I'll give it up to him. I'll give it up to him. I think he's number one in majority of instances. I think he's number one. I don't really care about that because I say that to say like I don't really think it matters, right? But I know you guys care a lot about it. So I'll give it up to him. I think he's number 1A. And Gogeta's 1B. I think Gogeta's 1B. Because I'd rather have that additional attack. Like, at least 70% of the time, I'd rather have the additional super. I just think it kind of depends. Well then, I'm at max HP like I was mentioning earlier. So, nothing really matters here. I'll give you an Ultra, because why not? Might as well finally let you do something. And she's not going to take any damage there. She's type effective, and she raises her defense. Did I mention I love Supreme Kai of Time? That's one of my favorite cards in this game. I absolutely love that card. And not just for her assets. Pause. She's really good. That's a really good card. So here we go. We defeated Blue Goku. We now move on to STRUI. Gowasu. If Gowasu doesn't dodge, I literally lose this event. That's the funny thing. I absolutely need Gowasu to dodge. You know, funnily enough, Trunks' defense, because I haven't... This has gone kind of a little too fast. He's not anywhere near as tanky as he normally is by this phase. I normally have him at like 400,000 at least. At least. He's nowhere near that right now. I do need to bring STR Vegito back. That's one thing I absolutely need to do. Gowasu, can I, like, trust you or not? If I can trust Gowasu, the thing is, like, this is, like, clearly got no item written all over it. If I had confidence in Gowasu, I would totally just go. But, like, I don't, so I'm not going to bother. But this team, at this pace, could definitely no item this, I think. The thing is, like, the problem is the final round is obviously Insta-type, and I have a lot of tech types. So maybe not. But at this point, they can at least no item up to UI, I think. Now, that being said, I don't really personally care about the flex of no items. I'm better safe than sorry. I'd rather not lose, right? Yeah, he's you're gonna dodge, but hey, how useful is that if I have multiple chances, right? By the way, I didn't mention my Vegito has one dupe. One dupe invested, bottom right, so there you go. He should be completely stacked out by now. I'm definitely sure he is. Watch Gowasu dodge both hits, by the way. Watch Gowasu dodge. Watch there be a super and watch him dodge. Just to spite me, because that's what the game does. Watch him dodge it. Yeah, 1, Yeah, I thought so. I thought so. Touche, man. Touche. Happens every single time. Every time. Without fail. Every time. I already knew, too. As soon as I used the item, I was like, I know he's going to dodge this. I know he's going to do it. I could feel it in my bones he's going to dodge. I did that so I can do this. I want to avoid those reds. I want to drop the greens for next round, too. Okay, here we go. I am floating Vegito blue because I do need him to come back. It's kind of unfortunate because I don't really want him to be an off-rotation unit for now. But this Trunks needs supers as well, so I didn't want to kind of, I don't know, I'm kind of like in a weird spot because I got some units I need to prioritize for next round. Although I think that this event probably isn't as hard as the newest. I don't want to overrate the newest Infinite Dragon Ball history, but I think the fact that you can't use anywhere near as many items makes a huge, huge difference versus that one. I found myself struggling there a little bit more than I do here. Okay, so Tech Trunks, you can go on the front spot. Because Vegito also wants to super before he's hit back, by the way. He wants to get these defense raises before he's hit back. So, anyways. I'll give you those. That's fine. We can get our max key super here. And we'll give you those, and we are good to go. All right. So no item support this time around either. This will be the turn he supers. Yep, I already knew it. Already knew it. At least we have defensive support. You know, the only problem with the Spring Kai is it doesn't tell you like if she's giving you her secondary defensive passive or not. It only tells you if you're getting obviously the primary, which you do, but she has an RNG chance to give you an additional boost. It doesn't tell you. At least as far as I can tell. 5.6 with far suboptimal links here. This guy is another one, bro. He is on another level. 3.7. I can't not give it to him. He's too good. He could have potentially got a third super there. And if he's critting, it's too good if he's critting. If he crits, it's too good. It's just too good. Oh my God, she did double or triple digits, but I mean, oh shoot, she took way more than I thought she would take. Ooh, level 20 dodge, OP. Oh man, she took way more than I thought she was going to take. Interesting spot to be in, because I don't. Who's coming next round? Actually, I'm gonna just take this guy. I'll get these so I can heal a little bit off of them. Also trigger that Dokkan meter a little bit. Don't really care about Gowasu getting a super. So there we go. Yeah, I just took the turn because I didn't want to use a heal item and stuff like that. I also really want to get Gogeta's fusion. Stop dodging, bro. Stop. Stop! I want to get Gogeta's fusion big time. But I just don't know if I can like make it happen. Do I go for this here? Do I go for it here? We have another round. Do I go for it here? Do I go for it? What if I need it later? I'll go for it here. I should have managed. Hopefully, Trunks' links with like Fierce Battle and stuff is enough. I didn't pay attention to which one was offering higher attack, but I'm pretty sure it'd be Trunks. Oh, man, I kind of didn't need that. Anyways, he can wrap if I let him go in the front spot and super or whatever. Honestly, I'll let you super in the front for a defense raise, I think. Nah, if I gave it... Nah, I just got to give it to him. Because the reason why is because I bothered to do the active skill in third spot. And if I get dodged, you know, I'll just give it to him. The reason why you do the active skill in the third spot is to get another guaranteed super. Oh, he dodged. And you get the dodge, by the way. For the turn, anyway. You get the high dodge chance. So he'll definitely wrap here. Okay, cool. Good job. Yeah, you get the high dodge chance. Well then, this is a fun rotation. I know who's going in the middle spot. Very easy decision. Very easy decision. In fact, probably the easiest decision of my life. Okay, we'll go here. And with Trunks, I obviously still need to super with him, so we are going to give him that. Again, I will not be using his active skill because while he picks up type effective, his defense is far less consistent. So there we go. Cool. Good job getting through. Very easy decision. Is there a super attack there? Normally when they do that, there's a super attack when there's a bunch of normals. Dog attacked like 8 times in the front spot, dog. Seriously? Seriously? By the way, if you're enjoying, hit that thumbs up. It does help the channel out, full transparency. So if you guys are interested in supporting the channel, that's one of the best ways out. So just letting you know. Also leaving your comment, but hey, it's up to you. Oh, there's a gnat in my room. Leave. Good job, Trunks. You didn't take much damage. And Gowasu I can trust at least because type advantage. At least trust him a little bit, right? I'll put him in the front spot so I can get that fierce battle. We're going to obviously get this because why not? Hopefully he does a bunch of supers. That'd be incredibly huge for us if he does. Incredibly huge. No super in the front spot. 12 key for defense up. Gets dodged, unfortunately. I was going to say, is it an additional? But no. All right, I need actually a lot of supers here because low-key, there could be a super attack here. 2. Okay, that's dodge. It doesn't matter. Ah, no third. Okay. At least we know he, with Gowasu support stuff, he can block. Cool, good job. Oh, there's another one there. I didn't see that one. Okay, here you go. Okay. Dang, stop forcing me to put Supreme Halftime in the middle. I want to float her off rotation. I mean, technically I don't have to. I can technically play around that. I will, just so I can maybe take a little bit more damage so I can get the fusion. At this rate, I'll never get fusion if I don't, right? I'll just literally never get it, so I'll play along a little bit. Let's see. I gave mitigation, and I'm going to let the TEQ units take all the hits, in which case there could be a super. They'd obviously block decently well. Trunks better than Spring Kai, so I'm hoping that Spring Kai actually gets super. She cannot block, or excuse me, dodge this round, so I'm not that worried about her. Let's see. Yeah, I want to dip below 50. Okay, so there's a chance she does get super. We'll see how that works out. That could be famous last words. That's a really ballsy play, putting her there. But I'm hoping that the defense raise helps out. And, hey, if you want an additional super, that'd be incredible. 1. Ah, additional normal, lame. Yeah, it's a very ballsy play, wanting her to get super. This guy's not supering at all. Low-key, he's not supering at all. This turn he will, though. I say that, but this turn he's definitely supering. There's no way he's going this turn without supering. So, if I want to get that Tech Orb, I'll just go for max key. I'll use this. You can take a little bit of damage. I just don't want to lose, right? Just don't want to lose. Got to be very careful. Don't want to lose. Okay, and this guy obviously stacking defense here. Incredible help. Okay, there's a super. I don't think this is going to do much. I don't think it's doing much at all. Yeah, 25,000 pretty much. That's nothing. Vegito shooting up in key. 4.8. Attack going through. Show me 3 crits. 3 crit supers. Show me a crit. Show me a crit. Crit super. Third. Come on. Crits. This guy's nuts, by the way. Did I mention that? And the freaking 12 key raising attack, too. Could you imagine if his ultra super raised attack? It's better, I think, that it raises defense, though. But if it raises the attack, could you imagine how much damage he'd output? Like, that's just stupid. Yeah, I'm pretty much never going to get that fusion at all. I'm playing a little too safe. I'm just never going to get it. I have Gowasu next turn. Okay, Trunks front spot. Gowasu back spot. Get that. We'll give you the Ultra. Pretty much max key as well. I'll give you those. Don't even need a super with you. I just wanted to drop those red orbs. And here we go. Yeah, all in all, though, Vegito is obviously incredible. I'm not really showing his defensive stat that much, which forgive me. I want to show that. So I think, okay, double super's okay, nice. I think next time I get him on a non-supported rotation, I will. I mean, I'll show it next round regardless. But it's kind of irrelevant. The reason why is because it goes up to 3 more times in the turn. If he's getting supers, he's raising defense on each one. So it's kind of like, that's why I said earlier, like, oh, hey, he tanks a lot better, you know, after he's gotten a chance to super, like in the second spot, ideally, unless there's an attack in the front spot, or there's no attack in the front spot. It's a huge help for him. All right, so here we go. I don't know if I'm getting her support passive for the additional defense or not. 138K is a ton, though. Okay, this time around, I can't do it again. I think this time she'll actually cost me the match. I'm not gonna lie. I think this time she will actually cost me the match. I'm not even gonna try. I've already given up hope on trying to get, by the way, I've given up hope on trying to get the fusion. I'm just not going to get it. So I'm not even going to try that again because it was incredibly ballsy the first time I did it. I'm close to a Dokkan attack. I'm going to wind up not giving it to Vegito, unfortunately, because I got the same color orbs this turn. Wow. Okay. The one time I opt to give this guy an actual attack, it costs me big time. 2 million versus 5.3. God dang this card, man. What the heck is this guy? And if he ever crits, he just destroys whatever he's versus. He literally destroys it if he crits. Or if he's neutral, at least. There's a crit. Could you imagine if the first hit crit? Seriously. Seriously. That's why she's here, too, for the additional crit chance. Could you imagine if the first freaking hit crit? This guy is something else, man. He is someone else. Something else. What does Oliver say? You know what I'm saying. I guess I'll just give you the Dokkan attack. Just try to wrap it. All right, so this should be game because he cannot dodge that. I don't know if it needs a crit or not, but he cannot dodge it. He's going to super in the front, which means that even if he does not, even if we don't win in the front spot, even if he dodges everything else for the rest of the turn, I'm not losing this match. Not this one. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and still say the outro. Thank you all for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hit that subscribe, of course, if you are new for more content, as well as that notification so you don't miss anything we upload here on the channel. Stay tuned for the Super Battle Road Showcase, as well as full Vegito team and full Goku team as well. So thank you all. Hit that subscribe, that thumbs up if you guys enjoyed as well. And bottom line, yeah, I don't think it really matters. Is what I should say. I shouldn't say I don't care. I don't think it really matters, but I think it's definitely. I mean, if you watch him, if you watch him as he builds, it's just too much. It's just too much offense. And then he also raises defense with the offense. So there's a lot. Anyways, peace, everybody.